So I just picked up a comic book collection, and by the looks of things, I think this is going to be a good one. What's going on, everybody? So like I said, I just picked up this comic book collection. Nothing is bagged and boarded. Everything is here in these 4 plastic bins. I acquired these through a friend of a friend. They reached out to me and said, I have a whole bunch of old comic books and monster magazines and other random stuff that they were looking to get rid of. And I had no idea what they had. And when I got there, I realized it's basically all of my favorite stuff. Bronze Age horror, monster magazines, Silver Age Marvel books. I mean, just what's sitting on top here, I think this is going to be an incredible collection. I flipped through briefly. I saw there was some Tomb of Dracula, some Werewolf by Night, a little bit of Silver Age Marvel, and a little DC as well. I mean, there is so much stuff in here. I don't even know how many comics and magazines total. We'll figure that out at some point. So I just wanted to show you what it looked like right when I got home. I just walked in the door. I put these in my office here, and now I'm going to go through everything. All right, so I'm going to dive in, and I'll be back, and we'll figure out what's going on with this incredible collection. So far, I've gone through 2 of the bins, and there is quite a bit of these cartoon comics, Archie and Richie Rich and Casper and Hot Stuff and Little Dot. There's quite a few of them. It's all pretty low grade. There's a couple 10-cent issues here and there. So this bin is like almost completely full. And then this bin over here has quite a bit. But we still have these 2 bins to go through. I think the best stuff are going to be in there. But what was in this bin as well is something else. Let me show you. I ended up pulling out a nice big stack, a couple stacks of Bronze Age horror. Werewolf by Night, Uncanny Tales, Vault of Evil, like all my favorite Marvel horror from the Bronze Age. I pulled a lot of that out of there. Some Classics Illustrated, some really cool monster magazines, some Planet of the Apes, all different monster magazines, and a couple like random things, a lottery card, and what are these? These like Count Dracula Society from 1972. That is just really, really cool stuff. Unfortunately, there is no Werewolf by Night 32 yet. I have my fingers crossed that we find one. But there's so much amazing books in here. Let's keep digging, see what else we find. All right, so I'm about to go through this bin for the first time. I just wanted to take you guys with me real quick, just for the top, see what we find. On top here is Monster Times #1 with Al Capone on the cover. It's in rough shape, but I looked this up on eBay real quick, and looks like it sells for anywhere between $20 and $50. That is a really cool little find. Also, we have a 80s spin magazine with Madonna on the cover. That's pretty cool. I think it's from the 80s. It must be. Somewhere on there. But that's pretty cool. Some random, like, magazines. And then there's, like, a bunch of, like, weird stuff, too. Animal Life. We got a Cracked magazine. Oh, well, this is just hiding in there. Strange Tales 141. Okay, that's awesome. A lot of monster magazines. Famous Monsters of Filmland. Number 68. What a super cool cover. Animal Life. Tarzan. Who knows what's in here? Oh, all right, so there's more comics in here. I was hoping there would be comics and not just magazines, but there's comics. Rawhide Kid from the Silver Age. Silver Age Superboy. Oh, man, look at all this stuff. Ooh, a Submariner book. 18. It's pretty low grade, but that's an awesome find. Look at all this stuff. This cover looks familiar. What issue is that? 104. That's awesome. Ooh. Okay. Tales of Suspense 67. Iron Man cover. Okay. I don't know a lot of the Tales of Suspense and Strange Tale keys off the top of my head, so I'll have to look all these up. Here's a real low-grade Silver Age Tales of the Unexpected. Ooh, a Detective Comics. Nice. Oh, man. Detective 326. I'll have to look that one up. Oh, I know this book, Flash Gordon #1. Huh. Did somebody draw on that? Oh, it might be on the inside cover. Oh, no. Oh, somebody traced it. That's unfortunate. That's a cool book. We have some Charlton Ghostly Comics, Ghostly Tales, The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, and then all of a sudden you jump to stuff like this, Animal Life. Look, oh my gosh, there is, oh gosh. Oh my gosh, there's stuff in here. All right, should we just go through? Let's just look real quick. The Hallelujah Trail. Sea Devils. I don't know what issue it is. It's all messed up. Here's a good book. Oh my goodness. It's low grade, but this is Journey 122. That's amazing. I saw an Avengers down there. Here's a Star Spangled War Stories. Oh man, what book is this? Avengers 23. It's actually, I mean, these books are, you know, pretty much pretty dirty. Like, look, oh, that's unfortunate. That's really dirty. But I can definitely clean these up. The book itself is actually in decent shape, just really, really dirty, pretty spoiled. But Avengers 23, that is crazy. What else is in here? Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. All right, I'm going to keep going. I'll bring you back if there's anything like super crazy, you know, something with a lot of value. But so far, I'm just really, really pleased with this collection. There's so much cool stuff. And we still have this whole bin, which is all comics. And it's pretty much all Bronze Age horror from the looks of it. I see a Man-Thing #1. I think I saw the first appearance of Howard the Duck in there, possibly. I don't know. But this one is going to be all surprises. I can't wait to see, and I'll show you if anything pops up that is just extraordinary. All right, let's keep going. So that tub was pretty incredible. I organized everything. Everything in this bin here are all the famous monsters of Filmland magazines, plus other magazines, mostly horror type stuff. Some Planet of the Apes as well, and a couple other random things. But those are all the magazines. Here we have the last bin of comics. These are all comic books, and I think there's going to be some really cool stuff. And then over here is just a few things, these two stacks and this little stack here of other comics that I pulled out, including like this right here, Piracy #1 from EC Comics, another Submariner book. I mean, some really cool stuff. So we have all those comics. We have all those magazines, and then over here we have some other like newspapers, comic books, some like random books that I pulled out, really cool stuff. And then this bin here is our last bin, which is all comics, and I just am so excited to see what is in here. Let's just dive into it, see what we find. You know what? Let me go with you guys and see what we find. So first off is a Man-Thing #1, and it looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, that's pretty clean. All right, some Human Torch, Twilight Zone. Some random stuff here. Sorry, they're upside down. I'm just going to run through those real quick. It's all upside down. A lot of Gold Key, some Dell books, some funnies with Woody the Woodpecker. I guess these are 4-color books. Some more of those. Let's try to find some. Let's get into the Marvels. There's some DC Strange Sports, issue #6. Ooh, there's a cool book right there. First appearance of Jennifer Kale. Adventure into Fear #11. That's a nice book there. Chamber of Chills, Man-Thing, more Man-Thing. Oh man, all right. I'm going to dive through, I'm going to organize it, and then, you know, towards the end of the video, we're going to go ahead and show everything that's in here. I mean, we're going to go through all the books. This is going to be a fun video. All right, stay with me. We're going to dive through all these, or I'm going to. I'll organize it, make it all pretty so I can present it to you, and we'll see what we find. All right, stay tuned. All right, so I have everything organized. This whole bin here is all like cartoon books, Archie and Casper, Debbie, Homer the Happy Ghost, you know, stuff like that. Over here we have all Dell and Charlton books, and then like there was 3 random like more modern books, Everything is from the 70s or earlier in this collection. There was just a couple random, like, modern stuff, like 90s and 80s. Underneath some of the Charlton books are a bunch of magazines, some really unique stuff, some interesting pieces. But this is all, like, stuff that I don't really say has too much value. But now let's look at all my favorite stuff. Before we show the comics, I'm going to show all of the magazines. This entire bin is overflowing with monster magazines, and there are some incredible books in here. I'll show all the best ones later on, but like something that's really good, like Monsters Unleashed issue #1, that's really good. Vampire Tales issue #1, Monster Madness issue #1. Some really, really good monster magazines in here that have some pretty decent value. And now all the comics that I just think are awesome. These two stacks are all Bronze Age horror. There's like complete runs in here, some really cool stuff. It's all horror. That is just amazing. This is a stack of Silver Age Marvel books. This is some really good stuff, including that one right there. And this is all DC, which there's actually some really good keys in here. Captain Storm #1. I mean, Sandman #1. There's some really good stuff under there. I ended up pulling out a lot of Key comics, which is pretty awesome. And just really cool stuff that it's just so funny because this is all the stuff that I personally collect. Horror, Silver Age, Keys, you know, Silver Age DC stuff and Bronze Age Keys, things like that. I mean, this is the stuff that I just love. And the fact that this collection was full of all that kind of stuff, especially these monster magazines, I mean, this collection was just so much fun. I had a blast organizing it all, and it was like Christmas morning, just opening up gifts. Every time I lifted a book, there was another one underneath that surprised me. So it's been about a week since the last footage that you just saw, and I have everything here all organized. Everything's been bagged and boarded and sorted through, and this was so much fun. This was an incredible collection and a lot of really cool stuff that I'm mostly going to be adding to my PC, and then a handful of things that will go for sale. There was actually 2 more short boxes worth of comics. Those were the Richie Rich and Archie and Casper and cartoon type books like that. I put those in 2 other short boxes, and I put those in my storage already. So this is everything that, you know, I think is like the cool stuff, the best stuff in the collection. We have 4 full short boxes of comic books, and then about 3 full short boxes of magazines, mostly all horror magazines. There is some really cool stuff in here, some like Key magazines, some Key comics. These 2 boxes right here are all Bronze Age horror. And then these 2 are a little bit of a like Charlton Bronze Age horror. And then also some Silver Age DC and Marvel books. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff in this collection. It's a little eclectic, but it definitely stays around the horror theme, which I am just so happy about, because if you've seen any of my videos, you know I'm a huge horror comic and magazine and toy and collectible enthusiast. I love Halloween and I love horror. So, you know, just in time for Halloween, I got this incredible horror collection with some other added bonuses, which is just amazing. So first off, I'm going to show you some of the more random books that were in this collection. A lot of these are lower grade. There's some mid-grade. There's some that are a little bit better, but for the most part, this stuff is like low to mid-grade. And I'm just going to show you a couple random books that kind of show what type of books are in this collection. Starting off with this book here, Dracula from Dell Comics, a cool little early Bronze Age book that I've never seen before. I thought this was really cool. And this one's actually not in horrible condition. You know, I actually really like this book. I thought it was really cool. So stuff like that. A lot of like Charlton and Dell Comics. And then a lot of like Silver Age, DC and Marvel, but a lot of it was very low grade. Like this book here, Sea Devils. I think it's issue 26. It's got a big chunk out of the corner missing. But, you know, it's cool to see Silver Age books. Like here's Men of War, issue 117, but it has like writing all over the trade dress. But besides that, the book's not in horrible shape. Just a lot of writing on there. Somebody decided to do a bunch of autographs on there. Also, here is Men of War issue 104. Lower grade, big subscription crease on it, some chipping, some spine wear, but cool books nonetheless. Army at War issue number 195 featuring Sergeant Rock. This one's not horrible. Pretty cool book there. Star Spangled War Stories, cool dinosaur cover, issue 122. Stuff like this, like Charlton and Dell Comics. Here's Hot Rods issue, I don't even know what issue it is. Hot Rods and Racing Cars. Cool book. I think this is actually like a DC book. So pretty cool little Silver Age, non-superhero, non-horror, just kind of like random titles like this. Then some superhero stuff like Jimmy Olsen, issue 87. Cool cover. This one's not in terrible shape. It's definitely got some staining and some wear, but a cool little Silver Age DC. Also, Superman, issue number 210. This one's not terrible either. Nice little yellow background, cool cover. So not too bad there. Aquaman, little early Bronze Age Aquaman, issue number 47. Really cool cover. Not in too bad of shape. Here's a really low-grade Jimmy Olsen. Somebody colored all over the trade dress. Issue number 86 or 96. Low grade. We got a little Superboy, issue number 144. This one's kind of cool. Also lower grade. This one's got a cool cover. This is Superboy 123, where they're in the sarcophaguses. Kind of cool, wrapped up like mummies. Some romance books. We have Girls Love from DC Comics, issue 140. Kind of a pretty rough spine roll on that one. And Young Love, issue 65 from DC Comics. Some more Silver Age romance in lower grade. Here's a nice little Wonder Woman book. This is a Key. I'll throw it up on the screen. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it's like the first time Wonder Woman is going as Wonder Girl or something like that, or featuring Wonder Girl. Issue 151, nice little DC Silver Age Key comic here, a little minor Key. Not in terrible condition. It's lower grade for sure, but still pretty cool. Also, Wonder Woman issue 154, another 12-cent DC book. We got some Lois Lane issue 62. A little bit more of a mid-grade copy here, not too bad. And then also Lois Lane 76. Really cool cover. This one's in pretty low grade. Next up, we have Tomahawk issue 104. Another Silver Age DC book here with an awesome cover. It's in lower grade, but really great artwork. Some more romance here. We have Girls Romance 138. Can't go wrong with some romance books. I really do enjoy those. I think they always have great cover art, and especially the Silver Age stuff. Really happy to find that one. We got House of Secrets, issue number 75. Nice little earlier House of Secrets book featuring Eclipso and Prince Ramen. Pretty cool. Lower grade, but happy to find those. Strange Adventures 174. I just love the artwork. I love the covers on these. This one's really low grade, unfortunately. Strange Adventures 175. Pretty cool looking book. Not horrible, like still lower grade though. This one's got a great cover. Strange Adventures 179. Really, really cool book here. Love the artwork. And this one's not horrible. Looks pretty good. We also have Tales of the Unexpected, issue number 89. Lower grade, but not bad for a nice little Silver Age DC horror, sci-fi, mystery type books. Tales of the Unexpected 86. This one's pretty low grade. Also have Mystery in Space, issue number 98. Cool book there. This one's actually in pretty decent shape. Not too bad. This one I thought was really cool. Gorgo, little monster Godzilla type creature from DC Silver Age stuff. Really, really cool. I mean, it's lower grade, but I think this was such a cool looking book. I've never seen this before. So happy to add that one to the collection. Some more early Silver Age Dell stuff. The Frogmen. A frightening monster appears. Awesome artwork. Great cover on this one. This one's actually pretty cool. The Outer Limits from Dell Comics. Really awesome there. Lower grade, but still a cool book. This was one I've never seen before. I thought this was interesting. The Brand New Microbots from Gold Key. It's got a great cover, and this one's actually in pretty nice shape. Some early Bronze Age stuff here with a crazy little monster on the front. Here is Fantastic Voyage from Gold Key. Another cool Silver Age book here. Fantastic Voyage. That's awesome. And then also 1776, issue number 1. Kind of a interesting book here for, I guess, the something. Oh, it's the award-winning musical. All right. And I actually rebagged and boarded some of these with like old bags because I ran out. So it's not really a $17 book. That's just an old bag. Next up, we have Metal Men, issue 17. Another cool Silver Age DC book. Really awesome cover on that one. That was a nice mid-grade copy. Here's a little bit of a lower grade issue of Blackhawk 196. Kind of a cool cover. I love the pink background. Looks pretty awesome. It's got, somebody wrote a date on there, and it's got a big dog here, but, you know, a lot of Silver Age, which is awesome. How about some Silver Age Batman, issue 184. Really cool cover. Unfortunately, it's in pretty low grade, pretty rough, but I'll never say no to a Silver Age Batman book, as well as some Silver Age Detective Comics, issue 326. Really cool cover. It's got some writing on there, but overall, not a bad-looking copy. One of the higher grade Silver Age DC books that were in this collection. Not too bad there. Really cool detective. Here we have a nice little minor Key of Justice League, issue 32. Nice early JLA book. Silver Age, cool cover. And this is a Key. I'll throw it up on the screen. Pretty cool. Not too bad. It's got a little dirt on the cover, a little date stamp. But the book itself is in pretty nice shape for its age, despite it might need a little cleaning. So not too bad there. Some more Keys here. We have Captain Storm, issue number 1. First appearance of Captain Storm. That's pretty awesome. It's a little bit lower grade, but still nice to find some cool little first appearances. I've never actually seen this book or had this book in my collection before. So a nice little issue number 1. Here's another issue number 1, Sandman number 1. This is the blue background printing, not the error printing one. That's, I think, like purple or pink. But still, this one's actually in pretty decent shape. It's got a little bit of spine wear. But Sandman number 1, not too bad. And then moving on to some Marvel books, we have Human Torch number 1. Just a cool Bronze Age number 1 issue. I mean, this run really isn't too valuable or, you know, it's not anything crazy, but I really like this run. There's, you know, not too many issues. It's easy to collect, and it's got a great cover, some good stories featuring Human Torch. So nice condition on this one as well. Also, double feature, Marvel double feature, issue number 1. I actually love collecting Bronze Age number 1 issues. That's like one of my little niche collections. And there was a bunch of number 1s in here, so that is super cool. And I've never seen Marvel double feature number 1. Kind of a book you don't really see a lot. Also, Kazar, issue number 1. That's pretty nice. This one's actually in pretty good condition. A little bit higher grade on this one. So great cover. Awesome book here. Really happy to find number 1. Another one here is Skull the Slayer, issue number 1. Can't go wrong with Skull the Slayer. Pretty cool book here. Like a mid-grade copy. Also, how about some satirical comics here? This is Arg, issue number 1. Pretty cool. I love how it's got like the weird, goofy-looking Dracula on the cover, holding the damsel in distress. But I've never had this book either in my collection, so another issue number 1 from the Bronze Age to add to the collection, and it's actually in decent shape, so pretty awesome. Here's a nice book here, Doctor Strange, issue number 1, from his Bronze Age run. This is a great book. I have a copy already in my collection, so this one will go for sale, and it's actually not in horrible shape. Looks pretty good, actually. can't go wrong with that book there. This was a nice book here. Giant-sized superheroes featuring Spider-Man, issue number 1. You got Man-Wolf and Morbius on the cover. Really cool. I'm excited about this one. Happy to add this to the collection. I believe this is like a little minor key. Here's another little key as well. Giant-sized Superstars, issue number 1. It's in pretty nice shape for a square-bound book from the Bronze Age. And this is a nice little key. I'll throw it up on the screen, but it looks really nice. So can't go wrong with a little Bronze Age, giant-sized square bounds. And then one of my favorite Bronze Age runs here, this is Knight Rider. This is like the Western Ghost Rider. I love this character. I collect all this stuff. And I actually already have this run in my collection already. But here's a number 1. It's in nice shape. Really cool book. It's got some good value to it. They also had issue number 2, which was cool. So you can't go wrong. Great artwork, awesome covers, cool stories, really fun Ghost Rider, Western. This one's featuring the tarantula. Really awesome. And they're actually in pretty nice shape. Another number 1 issue, which I'm really excited to add to my collection. Marvel 2-in-1, issue number 1. Of course, featuring Man-Thing on the cover. This is a book that you don't normally see a lot. I mean, especially in higher grades. And this one is really clean. So I was excited to find that one. Of course, I collect anything Man-Thing. But this is just really awesome because it's got some good value. It's a little bit higher grade. And it's another Bronze Age number 1 to add to the collection. All right. And to finish up the non-horror books that were in this collection, more of the Silver Age and early Bronze Age stuff. Of course, I can't show you everything in the collection, but the best part about this collection is that there wasn't really much bulk. Not much like run filler stuff, just really cool stuff in this collection. Only a couple, maybe like a box or 2 worth of bulk, and then the rest was just awesome stuff that I would personally go out and buy myself. So here, let's finish up the non-horror, and then we'll end the video with all the horror stuff, which I think is the best and has one of the biggest keys in this whole collection. All right, so here we have Rawhide Kid, Silver Age Marvel, issue number 54. Lower grade, but I love these Silver Age Western books. Also have Submariner, issue number 18. That was cool to find, cool cover. And not only was there one, but there was 2 copies of Submariner 18, so that was kind of funny. 2 issues of that. And moving on to Tales of Suspense, issue number 67. This was a nice little find in there. Can't go wrong with some Silver Age Tales books. Great cover with Iron Man and Captain America. Really cool book there. Also, Avengers number 23. This one is, the book itself is not horrible, but there's a big stain on the front, which is unfortunate. It's kind of gross. I tried cleaning it, but this thing needs like a full aqueous bath to be fully cleaned. But still, the book itself is pretty nice. And it's a cool book, and it's got some key significance to it. Not too bad. Also, Fantastic Four number 42. Cool cover. Another Silver Age book in this collection, which I was happy to find. This one's in pretty low grade, unfortunately. Of course, there is Journey into Mystery, issue number 122. Awesome Odin cover, featuring Mighty Thor. I mean, this one's lower grade as well, but still, can't go wrong with some Journey into Mystery. Love this cover as well. Here's a nice key. Unfortunately, it's very low grade, but this is Journey into Mystery, issue 114. Pretty awesome book. Unfortunately, it's got lots of rips and tears, and I was going to press it, but there's pieces that are ripping off, and it's got this little piece here is actually separated from the cover. Big chip out of the bottom. The book's complete, but it's a cool key, but unfortunately, this is a pretty low-grade copy. But honestly, I'm happy to find it in the collection, and it's a good place filler in my collection now. All right, how about Fantastic Four, issue number 81? This is a key as well. Throw it up on the screen. Cool book here, and this is a nice, it's a more of a lower mid-grade copy, but still really cool to find this one. It presents well. Also, they had Daredevil issue number 11. Nice little early Daredevil book. Can't go wrong there. And the funny thing is, there was 2 copies of this one as well. There was a lot of like doubles and even triples, what you'll see in a minute, of some of these Silver Age books. So pretty cool. 2 Daredevil number 11s. I actually already have this book, so both of those will go for sale. And then we have this book here, Avengers 25. This awesome Doom cover. Nice little Avengers Doom key. This one here has some chips. It's lower grade for sure. It presents okay, but it's kind of low grade. There was a second copy, which is also, you know, pretty low grade. This one's got a lot of like rips and tears and color breaks. So, you know, not the best condition. But there was also a third. There were 3 of these in the collection. Isn't that weird? This one's the best condition, even though it's still lower grade. But this one is not too like ripped up or chipped. So 3 copies of Avengers number 25. I was really, really excited to find 3 copies. I just thought that was really funny. Also, Strange Tales issue 141. Happy to find that book. And like the last, there was 2 copies in this collection. Both very low grade, unfortunately. As you see, they're all chipped up and they're in rough condition. This one's the worst. This one's a little bit better. But 2 copies of Strange Tales 141. And some of the last couple books here. This was an awesome find. I love this book. This is Piracy, issue number 1. Nice little Golden Age EC Comics book here. And this does feature a cover by Wally Wood, which is awesome. I love this book. It's definitely, you know, just a iconic Golden Age EC book. It's really low grade, unfortunately. The cover is attached. It's not terrible, but it's low grade. But to find this book in the collection was really surprising. So, you know, there's a little bit of some earlier stuff mixed in this collection, which I was happy to see. Can't go wrong with some 10-cent covers, especially this book here, which is a iconic Wally Wood book. And then we have some other really cool keys here. Here we have Brave and the Bold, the first appearance of Metamorpho. As you see, it has a huge chunk taken out of the top right corner. Besides that, you know, everything else is pretty good in the book. The book's complete. Inside and the back cover look okay. This is a big key. This is the first appearance of Metamorpho. Really, really excited to find this one. Unfortunately, the cover has a big chunk taken out of it. And, you know, it definitely takes away from the presentation. But, you know, I probably would never own this book anyway in my collection. So now at least I have just a cool little place filler. First appearance of Metamorpho. I mean, he's a cool character. So definitely excited to find that one. I mean, it's a pretty big book. If it was in better condition, you know, that would have some really good value. Unfortunately, that one's kind of rough. And then this book here, I had no idea had some pretty good value. Doom Patrol issue number 99, the first appearance of Beast Boy. So let me know down in the comments, why is this book so sought after? I don't know much about Beast Boy or Doom Patrol. Maybe this was referenced in the TV show series or something like that, which I didn't watch. So let me know why this book is so sought after. I mean, it's got a really cool cover. Beast Boy seems like a pretty cool character. But this is a nice little key for the Silver Age DC run. So really excited about all these books. All right, so I showed you all of the Silver and Bronze Age books that were not part of the horror section of this collection. The majority of these books are Bronze Age horror, which I am super excited about. But I just showed you all of the best Silver and Bronze Age, Marvel and DC books that were kind of scattered throughout this collection, which some of those were some pretty big keys, which was awesome. A lot of it was low grade, but, you know, I'm still happy to have these books in my collection. You know, low grade is better than no grade, as they say. All right, so unfortunately, this video's gone a little bit too long right now, and I'm going to cut it here. And then in part 2, we're going to go through all of the Bronze Age horror comics and magazines. There's some incredible stuff in here. Here's a little teaser, which I showed you earlier when we were diving through the bins. Tomb of Dracula, issue number 1. There were multiple runs in this collection, like Dracula, Monster of Frankenstein, Werewolf by Night, Adventure into Fear, Man-Thing, all of my favorite titles, and there was like multiples in each of the runs, and there's some pretty incredible keys hiding in here, so I can't wait to show you. We're going to cut it here for today, and part 2, we're going to show all of these amazing horror books, just in time for Halloween. All right, we'll see you on the next one.